It's still bad. Yes, it happened a long time ago, but it's still bad.
Over the years, people had come to know Kris as a married Christian family.
Believe me when I say I'ma pull up when the stage drops. Believe me when I say she don't look good. Believe me.
Yo, what it is, everybody? It's your boy Srotonn here, but you can call me Tone. All right, so we're gonna watch this Kris Tyson situation. Is crazy. Now it's gonna be cool because I don't know who the these people are. So unbiased opinion. Let's get into it.
So recently, Mr. Beast became the most subscribed to person on the entire platform. Year after year, he has consistently dropped some of the biggest videos on YouTube, and he's the type of guy that really prides himself on avoiding any sort of controversy around his name. And
That's
in
true.
general, it seems like he really just wants to have fun while helping people out and making these different big ideas of his come to life. But one controversial topic around him and his brand has been one of his best friends, Kris. Kris has been with Jimmy since the start of his days on YouTube and is actually one of his childhood friends. And over time, the audience came to know and love Kris like they do many of the other recurrent people on the channel. Well, you might remember last year we talked about Kris in a highly controversial video posted by SunnyV2. And the main topic being discussed in this video was Kris becoming, well, Kris with a K, and transitioning from a man to a woman. Needless to say, the reception for this video was really all over the place. Over the years, people had come to know Kris as a married Christian family.
Woo! Well then. So, all right. Let's have a real moment, man. Coming from somebody who grew up in a real strict church environment, we gotta stop doing this. I'm sure if he didn't feel pressured by his family, his whatever, that he wouldn't have ruined this family's life. He wouldn't have. Now, I think from what I saw, I don't know where I saw it, but I think it's he is now they. So we gotta do better. Obviously, this is something he's been thinking about for a while. Because it's not just something you just wake up and be like, hell yeah. It's not. I don't care what nobody say. It sucks. It's gonna forever change the kid's life, forever change the wife's life. This sucks. But
Man. So many fans and critics alike did find his transition to be a little bit jarring, including Nick Merckx, who has been very vocal about his opinion.
You should be ashamed of yourself leaving behind your wife and child. One day you'll wake and realize what you've done. That pretending is nuts. But no, they should definitely be ashamed of themselves, bro. Leaving behind, destroying somebody's whole life because you know what I'm saying? It shit sucks. Up. It really is.
Now, Mr. Beast has made it beyond clear that Kris is his day one best friend and he will always support him.
Yeah.
Even expressing displeasure towards people who had bad things to say about Kris.
Who obviously always with her kid and doesn't even go on shoots to spend more time with them. Tuck man is always smiling. Not sure what is a rumor thing. Okay. I mean, from what I'm getting, it seems like they cool. If they cool, they cool. If the family's cool, then shoot, it's cool. But I mean, because at the end of the day, who you know what I'm saying? If you want to do that, do. But if it messes up somebody's life, I don't agree with it. I feel like you should have thought about it before you got involved with these people, with this woman. That's just me.
And claiming that he is an amazing parent.
And
even till this day, it's like constantly a huge topic of discussion online, because not only is it such a hot topic in general, but he's also involved with the biggest YouTuber in the world.
Right.
And now Kris is once again being discussed, and it seems like their past is coming back to haunt them in the form of some strange tweets.
Oh,
There's also some more recent allegations that point towards Kris having a Dr. Disrespect type of relationship with a fan. First, let's talk about this video that recently came out and now went viral that shows old tweets from Kris back in the 2017 to 2018 range.
What'd he say?
This video immediately connects Kris with a person named Shadman, who is known for his explicit drawings online, and he apparently got famous for depicting all kinds of disgusting things in these drawings. including underage individuals in these illustrations doing vile things.
Okay.
Like, anyone who thinks this stuff is okay needs to be thrown under the jail with the likes of EDP.
Damn.
Basically, weirdos use this art angle as a bypass to enjoy, though the legality of it does still seem kind of vague to me. Well, basically, back in the day, Kris posted...
Wait, what did he say?
Of it does still seem kind of vague to me. Well, basically...
No Beast Boy trap, Shad, you changed. Okay.
Back in the day, Kris posted...
They're twins, so at this point, it's just, oh my goodness.
...did a ton about Shad, man, and even had his artwork...
This is coming from the guy who owns a drawing and has it. Oh my.
Work up at his house in the background of an old Mr. Beast video. He also posted several tweets about enjoying...
What? Nothing gets my... Oh my God.
...this type of artwork in general.
Bitch, what the fuck did he... Gang! Oh no, get him out of here. Get him the fuck out of here. That's not some shit. I don't give a fuck if it was 2017 or 2003. Who the fuck says that? That shit ain't cool. What the fuck? Now, I don't even know how I can excuse this. Maybe if they come out with a statement saying they've changed because they got a kid now. I don't know. Maybe it'll be, cause people do change. Maybe so. But don't change that you was fucked up back in the day. It don't change it.
And other suggestive posts.
That's
about
crazy tweet. That's a
characters.
Nasty tweet.
And even though most of these posts are like 7 years old at this point, at the time he was still a 21-year-old man. And this isn't just like some racist stuff or something that there could be like more gray area on. Or you could say, oh, that was just like part of the times back then.
No, it wasn't.
This is some weird shit that he was interested in to a massive extent. Like a grown man hanging a picture on their wall of this nasty stuff takes quite a bit of premeditated thought.
Thanks.
So obviously people already thought that that was very strange of him, but it's really nothing compared to this more damning allegation, where people are claiming to have exposed Kris for having an inappropriate relationship with a 13-year-old fan when he was 20 years old. And that this online communication continued for several years. Shout out to this man Prism, who is the first...
We're gonna stop this, then we're gonna let it slide for a little. What the fuck is up with people? It's like, you can't be fucking famous without being a fucking weirdo. Or being a pervert. It's like people only choose perverts to be fucking famous and big. What the fuck is going on? Like, what?
First one to bring this to light. So there's this kid who goes by the nickname LavaGS online, and it seems like he was a massive Mr. Beast fan back in the day, and even got to work for Jimmy at some point in the past.
He used to have... What the fuck is this? Why would you ask him this?
Mr. Beast fan back in the day.
What's the fuck wrong with y'all?
And even got to work for Jimmy at some
He's
point
advertising
in the
his
past,
Twitter bio that he worked with Mr.
channel.
Beast.
It seemed like over the years they developed several channels of communication, from Snapchat to Twitter messages, Discord DMs, and private gaming sessions. Which, let me just pause the video right there and say that I already have a problem with that. Unless someone is like your cousin or related to you in some way, there is absolutely no reason that a 20-year-old needs to be having all these different private conversations with someone who's in middle school. Like, a 20-year-old should be out there enjoying their life, trying to do new things with people their age. And obviously, pretty much anyone with a platform online is going to have some fans who are kids. And so it's obviously the adult's responsibility to not be in, like, constant communication with them. It's really not that hard. Either way, he felt so comfortable with Kris, to the point that he was asking him about his addiction to adult cartoons.
Oh my God.
And they were having a lot of inappropriate banter publicly on Twitter when Lava was only 14.
I know I keep saying, but what the fuck? Like, come on, dog.
14.
Guys, we are so close to our goal. Oh my God. One more Patreon and I'm releasing my nudes. And this is the part I have a problem with. This isn't a group chat. This is literally just him and this other guy that he's been talking to and that he's friends with online. Lava says, I'm your first Patreon big boy. and he shows that he donated some money. He donated like $1 or something.
Jeez.
So it's not enough to meet the goal. And he says, but not $5. Pathetic. Just kidding. Kissy face. I'll tell you what it means. It means that you're telling him that he needs to donate $5
in order to see
so
your
he
news.
can release your news or whatever. He says, wait till my Twitch revenue comes in. Winky face. And of course, it continues. He says, check again. And he tags you, I think. At least that must be you, or he's tagging you. And of course he says, I posted some fire nudes for you. Please no share. And this is someone that you're talking to that is 14 years old.
Bro.
That you know is 14. And at the end of the day, you cannot be talking about topics like this with someone that is this young.
Hell
so at the
no.
very least, these two had a close enough relationship where Kris felt comfortable making these adult jokes towards him. And at the very worst, he's literally flirting with a 14-year-old on the timeline. But
listen, man, I that whole 20-something, because believe me, I was there. I know how crazy it is. I be watching 2010 comedies all the time. Old comedies, I do it all the time because they're funny as hell to me. But this whole shit like this is not fucking funny. It's not cool. You're 20 years old. Why are you talking to a 14-year-old? Bro, what, is that a freshman in fucking high school? Haven't even begin to experience life yet, bro. And you over here corrupting their minds. But
by the time Lava
we're going to try to let it slide for a little bit.
He would apparently even meet up with Kris at some point. And he even talked about this extensively on like a Mr. Beast Discord server. Now, I do want to make it clear that this guy Prism, who made this video, spoke privately with this Lava guy. And Prism claims that Lava's statement is that nothing bad ever happened when they met up back in the day, and that basically their relationship never really got inappropriate. And as I'm editing this video, guys, Lava actually took to Twitter to make his own statement about the situation.
Oh, shit.
He says these
What he
videos
said?
are massive lies and twisting the truth. Ava never did anything wrong and just made a few edgy jokes. I was never exploited or taken advantage of. Can you do me a favor and comment on these videos and tell them to stop spreading lies? The situation takes away from children who are actively being exploited every day online.
Not fucking true. It does not. It doesn't take, and I understand everybody doesn't want to be seen as a victim. Some people don't feel like they are a victim, and that's fine for you to do your thing. But that does not mean that that nigga was not in the wrong. It does not mean that.
I'm not a victim of anything being claimed in these videos or at all. And keep in mind, that's after this morning, he removed all affiliation with Mr. Beast from his Twitter page.
Damn.
And now we have yet another update where Keemstar has jumped into the picture. He says that Mr. Beast connected him with this guy Lava directly, and that Lava is denying all of these allegations, and now claiming that him and Kris did not have any sort of private interactions, and that when he went to meet up with Kris, that apparently his entire family and the Mr. Beast crew were present.
I believe it.
Discord with Kris Tyson when I was 13. Edgy and inappropriate jokes were said. That's it. So take with that
That's
what you
it.
will. And you guys already know, if there was going to be one person to defend Kris in this entire situation, it was going to be that fool Ethan is online, who last time we caught up with him was pretty much defending the sick people that
hair
they
looked
catch on
crazy.
predator poachers. So here he was trying to watch the video on stream where Kris got exposed for liking that very strange artwork.
I hate how this is formatted like a commentary video and it feels like it was edited by AI.
If you still think this is a coincidence, the next season will definitely change your mind. On January 25th, 2019,
It also sounds like it was written by fucking AI.
someone posted a picture of a character called Raptalia from the Rising of the
So the synopsis is Ava used to like, stop skipping? No, because the synopsis of the video is Ava used to like Shadman in 2017. Don't watch that fucking dog shit video. So bad. Such an awful fucking terribly formatted video. Literally the worst fucking YouTube video I've seen in a long time.
So from the start, you can tell that this guy Ethan feels some sort of personal connection to the call out in that video. Just like the sheer amount of anger you can see pulsing through his very tired face.
I hate when people do shit like that, bro. Address what's being said. Is the picture inappropriate? Did your friend like this picture? Yes, he fucked up. He liked the picture. As simple as that. Everybody fucks up. Nobody is perfect. No matter these internet niggas who be calling out people, they're definitely not perfect. Admit you're wrong. Move forward.
To me, kind of tells the whole story of what his opinion is about to be. Yes, that video that he was watching, it wasn't like the best made video I've ever seen, but it's something that I would expect from kind of like a novice commentary channel. And I do think it was very important for kind of kicking off this expose. But let's hear what Ethan thinks.
Literally just to be like, Mr. Beast's friend 7 years ago had some inappropriate tweets that were a really bad look. You're avoiding the video? That's the whole point. What am I avoiding?
The truth that it doesn't matter that it happened 7
years ago, bro. It don't,
some
bro.
Absolutely diabolical shit.
Didn't like most of the internet at the time with Shadman? Yes. For some reason, yes.
So his excuse for this disgusting behavior
was that most of the people liked it?
Most of the internet, they were fucking with this nasty loser
Good God.
who was making these disgusting drawings. I mean, first of all, that just has to be a blatant lie. And to me, the
Who
shit he
cares?
was into is just like inexcusable. I don't give a when it
Who
happened,
liked
he
it?
was already an adult man.
Yeah.
I don't need to see the whole thing. It's bad. It's a bad video.
And I think that he's claiming it's a bad video because politically it doesn't align perfectly with him.
I'm sorry. It was 7 years ago.
You know how many times this guy Ethan has likely judged people for things that they did more than a decade ago just because they do not align with him politically? Like, that seems to be his whole shtick, is that if you're a conservative, because he's very obviously a big-time liberal, well, it's just f*** you. He's never going to give you the benefit of the doubt. He's going to take your words and misconstrue them. But oh, when it's someone who's on his side of history, well, he's going to ride with them to the very end.
Oh,
I don't want to see it. It's irrelevant. That doesn't make it okay.
And oh God, I keep pausing. I'm so sorry, y'all, but this shit is wild. I've never expected this video to get me like this. But that's why I really don't fuck with people. And I need to start just not listening to people when they talk, because people only gonna agree with something that aligns with them. That's it. I'm sure, but people do it all the time. People will literally bring up shit that somebody did years ago, right? Let it be something they did or their friend did. Bro, that was so long ago, bro. Like, it's still bad, bro. It's still bad. Yes, it happened a long time ago, but it's still bad.
Okay. It's not relevant, though. Is that a gross thing to do?
It doesn't make it okay.
Unacceptable? Yeah. But like the cancel culture warriors all of a sudden are like, wait, liking tweets from 7 years ago. Why are we even talking about Mr. Beast's friend? Because she's Mr. Beast's friend.
Yeah, and Mr. Beast has the biggest platform literally in the entire world.
Since this time, Kris transitioned and is now Ava.
And that's fine, but it doesn't just absolve you of all the nasty shit you were doing before you transitioned.
To give you an idea of how fucking long ago this was! Stop being defensive. You follow Kris on Twitter. Dude.
Oh, that's a bad argument. Why would you say that?
Different time. I was in high school when this happened. I had no idea who fucking Mr. Beast was, and neither did Mr. Beast. He wasn't even around. What are you saying?
I think that the point they're trying to make is that every single time this type of topic comes up, whether it's someone actually like trying to talk to someone who's underage or just having this type of peculiar behavior, you always seem to be on the side where you are literally rushing to defend the person who's just being absolutely disgusting.
Are you trying to cancel Mr. Beast too because he had that in his living room? It was in Mr. Beast's living room. Should he be canceled too? You can't ever defend Mr. Beast ever again. Don't ever defend him or watch him.
I don't think that's the point
Mr.
either.
Beast doesn't have a bunch of old tweets linking him to this freak and suggesting that he was a massive fan of him. I guarantee you that if Jimmy was doing that shit back in the day, it would have been brought to light long ago, and his feet would have been held to the same fire.
Oh, God.
It shows a bias. Towards what?
Towards creeps.
Do you want to keep acting like Mr. Beast should be canceled forever or something?
No one time said Mr. Beast should be canceled. You're the only one bringing him up at this point. I mean, everyone really just wants Kris to come out and explain why he was into that weird shit.
Exactly.
You should not be apologetic. I'm not apologetic.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I don't really give a fuck if you come out or not to apologize. But I'll say that in the end.
Literally misgendering Kris.
He's probably more upset about that than he is about the core matter here that Kris was on some weird shit. I mean, this guy's brain is so dense. It just honestly starts to make me a little bit upset. Like, how can someone be so confident in this way of thinking and just be so wrong?
You're spelling it the way she changed it to, but you're misgendering her. So I think that shows that you have a pretty severe bias. You actually have a bias that leads you outside of reality.
W distraction.
And away from logic and truth.
Dude, it has to be one of the most ironic statements I've ever heard in my entire life.
Also, I just noticed that fucking freaky ass name. Change that name.
Why are you being defensive? Well, you're just changing the complete conversation because you don't have anything to say.
It's got to be the most ironic video of all time.
Facts. He was doing it the whole time.
Get some help, bro. As for Kris, we're going to need some answers. Like, in my opinion, Mr. Beast don't really need to say shit about this.
Hell
Kris,
no.
like, if you want to continue to have a platform online, you need to explain yourself a little bit. Like, him just wiping his entire Twitter clean, it just does not look very good to me. But y'all let me know what you guys think down below. I will continue to keep y'all updated on this.
This was an interesting video. Oh, wrong one. Very interesting video. As honestly, bro, there's probably a couple things in my head that I want to say. Them being trans, I guess she seems like a she or they. I'm gonna say they. I'm not sure. They being trans this has nothing to do with it at all. It was a long time ago. People fuck up, yes. Does not excuse it though. I think that's what people, especially that dude Ethan, is missing. Even though it was a long time ago, it's still fucked up. And it's like, all he had to do is acknowledge that it was fucked up. That's all he had to do. But he would not acknowledge that it was fucked up unless I missed it. People fuck up. If I was as Ava, I think if I was Ava, I'd come out and be like, yep, that's the shit I was on. At the time I thought it was funny. But now that I have a more expanded mind, I know it's not cool. And it wasn't cool back then. And I will continue on and move accordingly. Some people gonna fuck with it, some people not. That's what you gotta get. That's the shit you gotta do it when you do shit like this. It is what it is, man. We're gonna get up out of here. I appreciate everybody who came through. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Till next time, I'm out.